Welcome to Calling the Shots with Cooper McLeod. This is episode 2. I'm here today with a couple of my boys from the U18 AAA team, Nolan MacPherson and Hudson Clarke.
Hi.
We're here to talk to you guys today about the NHL playoffs. So let's hop right into a little bit of a recap of the first round. So the Toronto Maple Leafs have had a bit of a reputation for not being able to get past that first round. Now that they're finally past, and what do you guys think about that series against Tampa?
Well, Cooper, I gotta be honest. 20 years is a long time.
20 years is a long time, and it was a pretty impressive series from both squads, with the games 1 and 2, with the winning teams having 7 goals.
I mean, yeah, like Mitch Marner putting up 12 points and Matthews in 11. That's a good point per game average between the two. I mean, lots of offense, and they also had really good goaltending. I mean, Samsonov with a 9.0 save percentage, and I think he had a 3 goals against average. I mean, those are pretty impressive stats for a goaltending. I mean, like, especially against a tough team and like a heavily experienced Tampa Bay Lightning squad, it's insanely impressive. I mean, it's pretty upsetting to hear about his recent injury, but, you know, they have a pretty solid backup goalie. I'm not sure who they have on the reserve there, but I don't know. Exciting things to come for them.
Yeah, Hudson, this time last year, did you think we'd be talking about Samsonov having a better goaltending performance in the playoffs than Andrei Vasilevsky?
Dude, no, Vasi, I think he's like one of the best goalies in the NHL right now. And to like top that is kind of impressive to do. Especially as a goalie in the playoffs, there's a lot of pressure on you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you choke one game, everyone hates you. But then
Yeah.
if you do good, then the fans definitely love you more for that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And something I find almost more surprising than the Leafs actually making it out of the first round is the Kraken going out there and upsetting the defending champs, Colorado Avalanche. A solid goaltending performance from Grubauer, keeping it close throughout most of the series. What do you guys think about that one?
Yeah, I mean, Grooves was unreal. Like, carrying his team, throwing him on the shoulders. Like, you don't see that lots from goalies and stuff. You know, you kind of rely on your top scorers, but, you know, the Kraken don't contain a lot of players that can do that. So I think it kind of relied on physicality. Like, they dominated and like playing the body and stuff against the Avalanche, you know? And then especially that suspension that Makar gave himself early on, that definitely played a huge role in the success for the Kraken.
Yeah, I feel like Abs too, and they just have 2 different kind of playing styles. So like Abs are more skill based. They have much more skill than the Kraken, and it's hard to play against a team who hits hard and just plays like way harder than you do when you're all skill.
Yeah, for sure. The Kraken also have a pretty young unit, so I'm kind of excited to see what they do throughout the rest of these playoffs and the playoffs upcoming.
Yeah, sorry, Cooper. I said one more thing to add. You know, it's like a lot of people don't really recognize this, but playoffs are a whole different style of game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, it really comes down to leadership, experience, and like I mentioned earlier, the physicality. It's crazy, you know? That's like the extra momentum shift you got to take advantage of, right? You know, one big hit there, one big hit over there, you know?
Yeah.
Huge rush for the bench and
Yeah, for
exciting
sure.
for the fans.
For sure. And moving over to that little Battle of New York between the Devils and the Rangers. With a series going to 7, you'd expect a ton of close games, you know, tight matches. But looking throughout the scores of these games, there's only really one notable close one. The rest were won by 2 or 3, a couple of blowouts. It's a bit interesting to see a game series go to 7 with only like one actually close game.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Like, especially the Game 7, you know, out of all the games, you expect that one to be super close. But
4-0.
yeah, huge shutout for Schmid in the back end there. You know, Jack Hughes played phenomenal. Not sure if he scored or anything, but I saw his energy. And, you know, being an assistant captain, he was a leader for his team. And I think that was a huge reason for their success.
Oh, you see, he lost his tooth too.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
took a puck to the mouth, got a bit of effect on
Was
that.
it a puck? I thought it was like a fight.
Oh, right, yeah, I got that one mixed up. But got to talk about how important mouth guards are now, eh?
Oh yeah, like I feel like nowadays hits are way bigger, but there's more. It's way faster in today's hockey, so every hit is more dangerous, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess helmets and mouth guards are way more important.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, lots of science behind them, you know. There's 2 main reasons that mouth guards are used, right? Like the teeth aspect, obviously, and the concussion, you know. Lots of people lean towards them for the concussion because really like decompresses the brain after impact from the
Well,
hits.
they go 2 and 2, no? When you hit your jaw, that's how you get a conk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the mouth guards are super essential for there. And then, your pearly whites, gotta be protected there. So, unfortunately Jack Hughes lacked that, hanging out his mouth.
Yeah.
But
Still cute, though.
yeah, he's quite cute. But that's besides the point though, right? Like,
Yeah.
only thing that really matters here is his safety and health. And, obviously he has to pay a huge dental bill, right? So
Oh, for sure. He's probably one of the only guys in the league that can lose a tooth and still look as good as he does.
handsome man there.
Yeah, let's hop on over to that Vegas versus Jets series. Watching the Jets is like watching paint dry. I don't expect they do anything good in the future. To call them a poverty franchise, in my opinion, would be a bit of an understatement.
Yeah.
I had a bit of high hopes for him. As a Canadian team, they went up 1-0 in the series, and Vegas just showed them who their daddy is. Kyle Connor and Connor Hellebuck, they can't carry the load. The GM needs to make some moves because they are just terrible.
Yeah, Cooper, you are absolutely right, my friend. The Jets, they stink, needless to say. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I know it's really painful to watch the Jets play. Like, I had really high hopes for Mark Scheifele and, Nikolai Ehlers, but, pretty successful seasons point-wise. I mean, like I said, I had really high hopes for them, but they really just, shit the bed in the playoffs.
Yeah, the thing with the new teams like Kraken and Vegas, I feel like they're running show right now just because how much... What?
Nothing. Go on.
Oh. Just like how much more fan base they have because they're a new team, right? They just want to see them succeed. So I think they're really pushing for the cup.
Oh yeah, for sure. Heading over that Dallas series against the Wild. Looking at Jake Ottinger being one of the better goalies throughout the season, it was kind of surprising to see all these high-scoring games going out through that first round series. What are your boys' thoughts on that one?
I before going into this podcast, I took lots of notes, like I wanted to be prepared for this. And when I had the category for Stars versus Wild, I had close to nothing, like the only thing I have to really say is Kaprizov was an effective player. I mean, for his only
It's
team.
more like a Capri Sun.
Get it? Because Capri Sun, because he sucks.
Capri Suns are good, dude.
Okay, anyway, the point is, like, he's pretty good, like, good player, but, one player doesn't make a difference in the playoffs, right? It takes a whole 20-man squad to win the cup. Like, everybody's got to be going, even your goalies, coaches, training staff. But yeah, like, I had nothing written down for the Wild and Stars because it was so unentertaining. I mean, Deffert did the Stars. Pavelski did really well, He had a high percentage on his draws. Like, he was winning lots of faceoffs, which benefited his team well. But, ultimately, it was an insanely, series. It was so boring to watch.
You got any thoughts on that, Eddie?
Well, I don't know. I feel most of the brackets in this year's playoffs have been pretty even matchup. Like, there's some games that are blowouts, but other than some years, like, there's big differences between the teams. So I think this year's a good change. Super, even some games, and I don't know, they just did what they could.
Yeah, no, Dallas and Minnesota, though, they're both two pretty relevant teams in the grand scheme of things. They're not big markets, so I guarantee you not a lot of eyes are on that series. But the series I had my eyes on as my personal favorite for the first round was that Oilers versus Kings series.
Oh, you
Last year, Evander Kane chirping the crowd. This
you
year,
see
coming
that
right back
flick
in.
of that chick flipping him off.
Yeah, and he blew her a kiss.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No one thought that one was funny. So in that series, they were all close games. Like, it really definitely after watching it lived up to the expectations I had. Oilers, my personal cup pick. I think they're gonna go all the way this year. Not an Oilers fan, but a big fan of McDavid and Draisaitl.
Oh yeah, he tucked 4 the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh yeah. Still, I mean, they lost that first game, but they came right back in the second game.
Yeah, I thought they were done for sure the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Was it last night they played?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
thought
2
they were
nights
done-
ago.
2 nights ago.
Yeah, 5-zip.
Yeah, I thought they were done for sure. Like, I thought they were just gonna get eliminated, but they stuck in with it.
Mm-hmm. Got anything to say about that, Macker?
Yeah, I think, watching McDavid and Draisaitl play is like putting butter on toast.
Yeah, they're
It's-
a wet combo together.
It's really pleasing to the human eye. Like, Draisaitl's contribution points-wise is tremendous. And McDavid's just right behind him. I'm pretty sure, Draisaitl's almost got 2 points per game in the playoffs, which is
That's filth.
almost unheard of,
Yeah,
right?
That's filth.
So, I don't know, I also chose the Oilers to win the Cup, and, personally not an Oilers fan. I'm a Habs fan. Tough year for us, but...
Every year's a tough year for you guys.
Yep, it's all right, though. But that being said, my whole family's an Oilers fan, so got high hopes for them. And
You still talk to him?
yeah, I do. Family life's going great.
Cool.
All right. Let's talk about that Canes versus Isles series, which I don't think I watched a single game in that thing.
I did not watch a single game.
I did not watch a single game.
Yeah.
It's
Irrelevant.
Carolina and then the other New York team. But there were only 2 games that were decided by less than a goal. So
Wait, who won the series? I don't even know.
the Hurricanes won.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're playing the Devils.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they got piped.
I'm super surprised that Carolina came on top because, they really struggled with injuries throughout that series, right?
Yeah.
Like losing Teravainen towards
Yeah.
Achilles tendon. Like,
Yeah, it's good to be on top, though.
that is terrible to hear. Like, the amount of pain he would have had to go through to have that injury and stuff. It's just crazy. He definitely will not be back to help his team out, right? But
Yeah, tough soak.
yeah, but terrible injury. You hate to see players being removed, especially in the first round. Because sometimes they say the first round is the toughest to get out of, and the fact that they came on top is truly heroic.
Again, on top's the best.
Yeah, Leafs fans sure say that a lot. So let's talk about them boys down in Boston. The President's Trophy winners
I love those big B's, dude.
went up a smooth 3-1. I thought it was over for Florida because Florida has a history of choking in the playoffs, but it looks like it was the other way around.
Oh, they choke so much.
As the Bruins pull Atlanta Rose and blow a 3-1 lead.
They blew it?
Yeah, they blew it.
They choke and they blew? Jeez, boys.
Yeah, well said, Hudson. But I think, freaking Florida, great team over there, I wouldn't say that I hate, throwing the spotlight on one singular player, but, Matthew Tkachuk, what a player, hey?
Hey?
He's definitely had an impressive playoff campaign. Florida definitely won that deal with the Calgary Flames. I did not like that from the start. I think Huberdeau's overrated. Kenzie Viger, he can only take the team so far. They're just not a built team with a rough future. I think with Sador at the helm, they're terrible. They should fire him.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad, too, at the end. Bergie, you see that? At the end of the game?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he was bawling his eyes out, dude.
Pussy.
Tough soak.
Yeah, it's like when Marchand was crying after my Blues beat him in the finals in 2019.
Oh, yeah, 2019, though. That's ways back.
Where are they?
Pre-COVID. Oh, they're gonna pick Bedard.
Where are they now, though? Are they in the playoffs?
No.
That's what I thought.
Now let's quit living in the past for a moment and focus on the current rounds that we got here. We got let's start with the Leafs and the Panthers.
They are not going anywhere.
I had this wrote these questions before the start of the second round, and I put in the prompt: is this a Leafs year? It is quite obviously not.
It is not the Leafs year.
They have been getting pumped this series.
Yeah, I think it's like your grandma's underwear, It's good in the past, but...
That's a crazy reference.
But, they'll have one good session, but after that they're done.
What the fish?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, but anyways.
Yeah. Not what I had in mind. I prefer not to think about my grandma's underpants.
But you sure like to talk about it a lot.
That's messed up. Okay. But yeah, the Panthers go up 3-0. Samsonov getting injured in the other game. They took a tough loss in overtime. But what's his face? Is that something Wool?
Wool.
Wool.
As in knitting wool?
No, as in the goalie.
Oh.
God, you're insufferable. The Wool came in, stepped up. It was brutal. His first shot that he faced was a breakaway. Let that one in, but
Oh, well, so he sucks.
No, it's hard to judge off that, right? Because B-Ways are, I used to be a goalie. But, it's tough to...
You did? Tell me about it.
Maybe another time.
Okay.
But yeah, being a goalie is tough. Breakaways, especially on the back end. Backends are tough to read, man.
for sure.
And, that being your first shot of the game, that's got to kill the confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Confidence is key, though, in these big games. Because, if you mess up once, you're pretty much benched.
Basically.
You're not playing at all.
I did like Wool's performance. It's anything better than what Matt Murray would have put out if he was playing. God, he is brutal. Yeah, let's talk about our sexy friend Jack Hughes. Well, his Devils taking on the Hurricanes. I have not tuned into that series yet.
Thank goodness. Jack Hughes, all over my IG feed, saving a few posts of him.
Yeah. But like, you know, all this spotlight's being thrown towards Jack. What about his young brother Luke? What a stud he is, hey?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely overlooked because his brother Jack certainly has my attention. You know.
Yeah, all three of them though.
Oh yeah.
In the show. That's quite a family there.
Yeah, Quinlan. He's he's had a pretty solid season with the Nucks.
Yeah, but
Nucks did not have a solid season.
The Nucks did not have a solid season.
Yeah, my grandpa's got a good nickname for them. He calls them the Knuckleheads.
Yeah, I think every grandparent calls them that, but that's okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's an old person.
I thought it was one of my grandparents.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
As basic as Ashley.
Oh.
What?
That's one of our friends here that was on a previous podcast, but that's not you say her name.
That's not Ashley.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's get back on track here and talk about the Kraken versus the Stars. You guys think Seattle can continue the Silverender run against the solid goaltending that Jake Ottinger's put out all season?
Yes, dude, absolutely. You know, big. I can't remember the last score. I was watching the game last night, but when I was last saw it was 4-0, and I was like, wow, 4-0 for the Kraken. Are you serious right now?
Are you serious, bro?
That's crazy to see.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, like I haven't seen a Seattle team in the playoffs since like the Seahawks when they threw the ball in that 1 yard line.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
But yeah, I think the Krakens can go pretty far away because of their physical play. They're a young squad. They got something to prove.
Yeah.
They also have that championship DNA. They got Jaden Schwartz, former Blue, on that Cup team.
Yeah, they got a good squad going. Like that's pretty much Fortnite though. When you have a good squad, victory royale every day.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You got builders on there too. So,
yeah, Jesus. All right, so Vegas and Edmonton. What do you guys think about that one?
Big series here.
Yeah.
oh, it's
Big series.
I don't know. It looked like the other night Edmonton was dominating them. Domination purely. Like it was after the first period. It was like 4-0, and the shots were like 20-5. I was like, what the heck's going on here?
I did not expect that.
Yeah.
It was kind of.
Yeah, no. Evander Kane, had a nice little hot mic in that interview after beating the living crap out of Colasar. You flip around, you find out.
Yeah, I think he said it a little differently. I'll say with quotation marks.
No, we're not gonna say it.
We're not gonna say the word, but yeah, he's definitely in Vegas's head. Just like he was with LA. Yeah. So with Leon and Connor, these are the big two. These are the guys who are gonna put them through if they do make it out of this round. How you boys think? Can Leon and McDavid continue to carry the load for this team?
Leon's carrying every load there is, dude. He is their whole franchise right now. Like, McDavid's nasty, but what Draisaitl's doing right now is gross.
Yeah, I mean, speaking about Draisaitl, like he's magical, man. He's just crazy to watch. Like the release, the playmaking ability, almost reminds me of myself as a player.
I wouldn't say that actually.
Yeah, let's talk about like personal stats here. What'd you have, like 12 points in 30-some games?
Close to 40. I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we played 34 games.
Is that like less than half a point per game?
No, I had 17 points actually. I mean, it's not really my play style. I'm more of a playmaker than a scorer.
Well, it's kind of
then
hard to make plays when you're on the bench the whole game.
Yeah, as a playmaker, how come you're never playing?
Yeah.
You'll have to ask my coach about that.
Well, I don't think it's the coach's fault you weren't playing, pal, but it's all good.
Yeah, I think the coach tends to like to put competent hockey players on the ice.
Yeah, who actually know what they're doing out there. But
yeah, it's like, sure, you can put a house kid in a rep jersey, but that doesn't mean he's going to play good, and that's a perfect example of what you showed this season.
Okay, I'm moving back to the McDavid and the Draisaitl situation. Draisaitl and McDavid, unbelievable duo. That power play is crazy. This series is looking very promising for Edmonton.
Yeah, but I've noticed the PP on them. Like they're reading that Draisaitl shot so well now. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
that one guy stuck on the corner right
Yeah.
by the dot, and they're just reading it. So
Yeah, no, special teams has been a big part of the Edmonton offensive attack, going
Yeah.
out there on the power play.
yeah, they got a good PP for
Yeah,
sure.
the PK is pretty good out there too, held them down. They done what they needed to do. And I think that's going to wrap up our current round. Anybody, you guys got predictions? Who do you think's going to win this Leafs-Panthers series?
Leafs.
Pants.
I think the Panthers
Talk about
are gonna win.
adversity. I'm a huge factor in believing in that stuff. So, Leafs all the way.
Leafs are not going anywhere. So
I got Leafs. I got New Jersey.
nope,
I got Edmonton.
nope.
And I got Minnesota.
Minnesota was out in the first round.
But that's okay.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
That's an interesting prediction. How do you think this one's going to go?
I'm gonna say Panthers and Kraken in finals. That's my go-to. 6-4 win in overtime in Game 7.
6-4 win in overtime?
6-5, I meant in overtime.
Yeah, no, I definitely think the Panthers finish the job against the Leafs. I got my dog Jack Hughes. I think he goes out there and he puts the brakes on the Hurricanes.
Yep.
I think the Kraken continues that run. They go out and beat the Stars, and then Edmonton goes out and beats Vegas. Then I think Edmonton takes that series against the Kraken. They go to the Cup, and then I think the Devils take it over the Panthers. Yeah, and then as I said earlier, my Cup prediction, I got the Oilers going out, taking it. I think they're going to win the Cup this year. And
Yeah, they've been taking it all year though.
any boys got any final thoughts?
No, I just wanted to thank you for having me on here, Cooper. I had a blast. I feel like you have a great future in this field if you choose to pursue that. And, I wish you all the best. And thanks again.
That's
Yeah.
so kind.
I really look up to you. You're a good role model for me, and really helped those orphans in that fire the other day. Took them all out.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's going to wrap up episode 2 of Calling the Shots with Cooper McLeod. I hope everyone listening has a great rest of their day or night, and I will see you guys next time.